Hey, it's that fantasy chick here for a special Sunday stream to celebrate 300 subscribers. Yay! So, I am waiting for my special guest to arrive. And to do. But in the meantime, uh, Lord, my mind has just gone blank. But so I have two special guests that's supposed to be joining me today. But very excited. 300 guests. Been doing this, 300 subscribers. Been doing this for a while. Been chugging along, trying to, of course, trying to get to about 500 right now. So you guys can share with all your friends and enemies. That would be much, much, much appreciated. And so, but in the meantime, here's the first guest. Hello. Hello, sister. The first guest. This is my oldest sister, Ingrid.
You have to put such emphasis on oldest. It's really necessary.
Yes. Yes. And we're waiting for our other sister, Monica. But
she probably had to go to the bathroom first.
why are you putting her business out there like that?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're right.
But did you go to church today?
I just meant that every time we had to go somewhere, that didn't matter what. So I just had to make sure she used the bathroom first.
Did you go to church today?
Did not. I don't know why. I was so tired. Huh?
Did you have fun at your party last night?
Didn't do that either.
Wow.
Because we ended up. So we dropped Yvonne off, and let's see, we dropped Yvonne off, and went grocery shopping. And we hit two stores. And by the time we got through, and then we decided that we would pick up Yvonne after work to avoid what happened yesterday. I mean, the day before. Because that was horrific. Russell said they had blocked off Lakeshore Drive when he went to go pick her up that night. Lakeshore Drive was blocked off.
Oh, wow. What type of parade was this?
It was a Mexican International Parade Day or something like that. And
this is Mexican Heritage Month, National Hispanic Heritage Month.
Okay. So, I've never seen, we always deal with block, especially in the summertime, spring and summertime with different festivals and stuff. So that part I'm used to. What we weren't used to was the magnitude of the block offs. It was really, like I said, it blocked us as you approach the road that takes you to 55. So he had to take that road, and find another way to get to her. That was just, that was HELI5. So thankfully he finally found her. And then once he gets her, his sister calls and says, "Hey, I'm stranded at the airport. Come get me."
Which airport?
I think she's at Midway. No lifts
Okay.
were coming. She couldn't get a lift.
Wow.
She couldn't get a lift. So
Crazy.
yeah, she couldn't get
Crazy,
a lift.
crazy.
Where is your sister?
I do not know. She did not.
Anyway, I want to show you. I
Huh?
wanted to show you. Look, I'm wearing my
Oh, Black Fairy Magic.
dress. What's the girl's name
That
again? Trinette.
huh?
What's the girl's
Trinette.
name?
You should remember that.
I
It's
should.
your middle name. Trinette. So that is swag for my book, The Fairy Princess. I have a store filled with shirts and um, pullovers, hoodies, all sorts of things that goes along with my book that I wrote, and the link to that is in the description below. So it'll say merch, and then below there is the link to that store. So if you want to get some nice Fairy Princess merch,
And this is a
that's
nice fall winter shirt. You could go walking in without a coat.
yeah.
You know, if you don't like carrying all that stuff, this is a nice shirt.
Yeah.
Yes. And so can't you can't do you have to have so many subscribers before you can actually attach like a shop thing where you can put all your products on your YouTube page?
Oh, you mean like a shelf?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's attached to being monetized.
Monetize. Okay.
Yeah.
Of course, they make everything a reach. Goalpost.
But also, I may not be able to do that because I heard that that's also attached to being in a Shopify store, and I no longer have a Shopify store. My store is WordPress.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if I'm not sure if it'll have the shelf. There's always complications.
Always
Complications. But okay. Well, we're gonna move on until my sister gets here. So I know you haven't been to the theater this year, have you?
No. I wanted to go. I did want to go see Little Mermaid in the theaters. But I'm be honest with you, and this may be my overreactive imagination. I don't want to put ideas out there. I was nervous because of how the girl was received when it came out that it was that Halle girl, Halle Bailey. And with the climate of today, I don't want to get into all of that. I was just I didn't know what to expect. So now that I see that it's not, because I would still like to go to the movie. I still would like to have an experience in the movie, just to go and chillax and all of that, and look at everything. So I may still do it.
Yeah, I plan on watching The Little Mermaid this weekend. I found out it's because when I went, it's on Disney Plus now.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that. I'm not getting Disney Plus.
And I saw that I went to go look at it. It's over 2 hours long. I was like, why isn't it the same amount of time as the cartoon? What are they doing in this movie that makes it over 2 hours long? And why do they expect little kids to sit for that long?
This is not just for little kids, though. A lot of adults were going too. Number one, and I saw. Oh no, that was the Barbie movie. I was seeing TikToks of, but that's another movie. A Barbie movie where they got TikToks of young black men sneaking in going to see Barbie.
Why were they sneaking in?
Because they black men. They're young men. They're supposed to be going somewhere else, not not with a pink backpack and a pink hat rolling in the Barbie. But I would say that I said that to say that this is an adult movie because it looks like they put more. I'm glad they did it because just watching the cartoon, the little exchange that she had with the boy, how could he have fallen in love with her? So,
So there's more time.
There's more time. It has to be more time. He could have spent the day with her and decided, we need to stop these fairy tales.
Okay, so I'm going to see how this is probably going to be my only, because I have not been watching these live action Disney things. I've been boycotting them. I'm not
Why?
for the live action Disney because it's like the cartoons are good enough. This is just a cash grab, and the live actions have all been bad so far.
Okay,
so the only one I've heard people said they liked was Cinderella.
The one with Brandy?
And that was the first one.
The one with Brandy? The one with Brandy?
No, no, they redid Cinderella with this girl from Downton Abbey.
Oh.
And the boy from Game of Thrones.
Okay. So you had was Aladdin a TV? Was that a Disney movie?
Yeah, Aladdin. They did Aladdin with Will Smith.
And that didn't get good reviews.
No. As a matter of fact, there was controversy because they put a white man in there, and everybody was like, "Why you feel the need to put this white man in there?"
As Aladdin,
there was no white man in the cartoon, but Disney felt like they had to put a white man in the movie.
Well, they're trying to be diverse.
Ain't no white man in Agrabah.
Oh gosh. Okay, so what other live action? What other live action Disney movies are there that want?
Well, there's Beauty and the Beast with the girl from Harry Potter. And I did see bits and pieces of that, and they auto-tuned her voice to death. Her singing was not great.
I gotta remember hearing about that. And I think that was the issue. Oh, your sister
then
texted.
What did she say?
She said I'm ready. I'm texting her, we're on now. Hit that button. Hit that button. Wait, let me get my orange juice / kombucha.
Kombucha.
Yeah. We went to the store. They were selling that at Aldi, so Russell said he would try that, which I like. I just mix mine with orange juice. Take my blood pressure medicine.
Right. But yeah, the other live action Disney movies was The Lion King, which wasn't live action.
What's she coming?
That's
that's
what just happened. It did it on my computer, then it did it on my phone. So
is that much of a lag?
Yeah, that much of a lag. I don't understand why. But I don't understand why. But but yeah, it wasn't live action. It was still animation. It was just computer animation, CGI. So
Oh,
there was really no need to do the Lion King.
oh, that okay. So that one didn't get good reviews.
No.
Well, Beyonce's album did. Anyway, what about? Oh, but didn't I hear that her is supposed to be? Are they doing another Beauty and the Beast? Because her is supposed to be doing. They playing Belle.
No, the big Beauty and the Beast already did. Oh, they did her. They did her Beauty and the Beast. That was a stage thing that they already did on Channel 7.
Oh, so I missed that altogether. Which I missed
Yeah.
all of. I haven't seen any of them. The
Yeah.
last Disney movie I saw was Whitney Houston and Brandy's Cinderella.
Yeah. That's the last one I saw. I haven't watched this. Okay.
Yeah.
Is this a sister that likes horror movies? No.
This is the one who does not like horror movies.
Okay, we got you, Monica.
Hello. I'm the sister that likes horror movies.
And I do not. I literally cringe and cover my face watching those.
Pretty much.
Every year, on Christy's birthday, she goes, I want to go see something that I do not want to go see, but because I'm the sister that I am, I go. But
it's not horror. I don't take her to see horror. I'm taking her to see an action movie. Like,
yeah,
right.
Those two. Yeah, no.
She can't take action.
I think one time we took her to see like a Jurassic Park movie.
Yeah.
And she was in the theater crying out to Jesus.
No, remember before the movie started, she was like, okay, what is this about? What's this movie about again?
What's this movie about again?
You don't have time to run it down.
What I remember about that day was a little girl in the front of us. While I was squishing and squirming and almost screaming, a little girl was just sitting up like eating popcorn.
You couldn't take the latest Jurassic.
She didn't take. That's what she kept shaking and said, "You better call on them. You better call on them."
Girl, Jesus is not involved with those Jurassic movies. There's no doubt.
I know. Maybe calling out for Jesus is more for me.
So, congratulations.
Congratulations, Krista.
300 plus.
Yeah. Amazing. You've been working at this a long time and you haven't given up. I'm proud of you.
Well, I did give up for like 6 or 7 years, but I came back.
Yeah.
Okay.
And kept it going. And now you have videos with thousands of views, and that is so great.
Yeah.
Happy about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we were talking about movies. So I know Ingrid hasn't been to the movies this year. So I wanted to ask, what was your favorite movie you've seen this year?
I'm trying to think of the last movie I saw because I feel like I loved it. Because there hasn't been a lot, right?
Mm.
Oh, Oppenheimer, I think, was the last movie that I saw. And
Oppenheimer, okay.
Yeah, and I felt like that was mind-blowing. I won't say that I loved it, but it was so interesting to see, and then afterwards, of course, I looked up to see how much was factual and how much was made up. And it seemed like most of it was factual. Even the point of him trying to poison his teacher. I hope I'm not giving stuff away, but basically, I'm like, wow,
what is it? Who tried to poison their teacher?
The guy who was responsible for the creation of the atomic bomb.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was a team of people that worked together to make this happen. But what I found fascinating was that this team was and they were in America working to create this thing, this bomb that would be used against Japan. Uh, and I know that Americans didn't know about it, so I just found that so fascinating that this was happening. Americans didn't know about it. It was used. And then, the president came on and told people, okay, we did this, A, B, C, D. And I just found, wow, that could happen today. And that freaked me out. That freaked me out. So, yeah.
Yeah.
We just got through September 11th, the commemoration of that. The fact that was, a real thing that has ever happened in America, besides that World Trade Center thing. I mean, the first bomb that happened some years before that, but the magnitude of this was so huge that
because I don't even remember the first World Trade Center bombing. That didn't hit me at all.
Because it was in the garage, and they were like, well, it's still standing, it's okay. Somebody came in with a van. And I think it's because we just feel so secure, and that things have been kept not away from the American public, so we don't know all of the attacks, all of the chatter and everything. So that with that thing being successful at that level, I think that was just really something else.
Yeah, I was just telling. I was talking to Christy about why I wanted to go see the little girl who's in the movies, Little Mermaid, and the reason why I haven't gone yet is because of the realities that have happened, and I remember the response to her being named as Ariel was like, I don't know what these people gonna do.
I get it.
And maybe my mind is overreacting. I don't know, but I just don't know. But
it's been a while. I don't think it's any longer in theaters. I think you could stream it.
It's on Disney Plus now.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed this experience. Oh, darn.
Yeah.
I was telling her I'm gonna watch it this weekend, and I'm telling her when I went to go look it up, it's over 2 hours long.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet either. And it's not because I don't want to see it. It's because I am an educator and I'm so over children's movies, So I save it for when I watch it with my students, because otherwise it just drives me insane now to sit through children's movies, especially when they start singing. I start rolling my eyes. Here we go. Blah, blah, blah.
So you basically Patrick Dempsey from Enchanted.
Right. Like, why is everybody singing? What? She's getting ready to have dinner. We gonna sing a song because she's hungry? I'm tired.
Now that would be my dream world, if we would break out in song and sing and dance like on Grease in high school.
Yeah,
I think that would be I would love it. I would love it. I can see Monica. That could be a movie, right? You have a musical with one person going, "Wait, again?" I'm trying to learn.
Like, when is school out? I'm done. I can't do this anymore.
I'm done. Mom, why you send me to this musical school? Anyway, that would be fun.
So, do we have any movie topics we're talking about today?
Today, I was talking. Well, that was the first one. What are your favorite movies this year so far? For me, it's hard for me to. There's so many movies that I like this year. I feel like my top 3 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Dungeons and Dragons, and Barbie. 3 completely different movies. Barbie.
What's the last one? Barbie. Oh.
Barbie.
Like the Barbie doll?
Oh, yeah. I was telling the TikToks I saw. What was the first 2 you said? Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons. There's a movie about Dungeons and Dragons, the game. And then there's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Is that about some Star Wars stuff?
That's Marvel.
It's Marvel. It's a comic book movie.
Gotcha.
But I think I streamed a lot this year. I think I streamed more than ever. So I think, and right now, of course, I'm drawing a blank, but I saw some good stuff streaming. I saw Coming to America Part 2 for the first time a couple of weeks ago. And I really enjoyed it, even though I felt the plot was kind of a little bit off. You know what I'm saying? You had your original thing that you should have been focusing on, and they kind of went here and there, but I still enjoyed the story. So
Yeah,
I like that more than I thought I would.
Yeah, I like Coming to America.
Mm-hmm.
Or Coming to.
Oh, and I also liked The Blackening. I would have to say that could have been my favorite. The Blackening was that was something good.
I was so mad at myself. I had a chance to watch that on the plane, but I didn't. When I was looking through, I was looking for the Equalizer on the plane, and it wasn't there. So I went and looked up another movie. But if I would have looked at their newest releases, I would have seen The Blackening, and I could have watched it on the plane. Mm-hmm. So I missed watching The Blackening.
Okay.
But because they had new releases on Delta. I was like, oh, it's nice. It was nice.
Yes. So you still haven't seen The Blackening?
I still haven't seen it.
I think that you would enjoy it because it does what Black people want. I think it has that type of element to it. It's a horror movie, but it's different.
Okay.
A horror movie with Black people, they all survived?
I can't tell you. I'm not giving away anything. All I have to say is it's different. And it's something that I think Christy and I have discussed and said, you know what? If it went, I'll put it to you like this. When I watch Lifetime movies, and thank you, The Blackening was fire. When I watch Lifetime movies and, they have the heroine where she's just crying and running and she slaps somebody one time and she runs off and the person could still come after her, you're not going to see that in The Blackening.
Oh, okay.
That's what I like about it. Because I'm like, I'm tired of them. Yes, I get that you're scared, but you need to fight, sis. Come on.
Right. Get one good lick in. Make sure his butt is down. Can we
not one. When they're down, you need to stomp them.
Stomp them. Make sure they're down. Make sure they out for at least 30 minutes to give you time to get the hell out.
I need time to do what I need to do. So I need to make sure you are out. You got to be out, sir. Or ma'am, or whoever you are.
Yeah. Or whoever you are. Yeah. So I am going to try to check that out. Mm-hmm. Hopefully it comes to Netflix. I'm hoping, or HBO. Netflix or HBO.
Netflix. It could come to Amazon Prime, probably. I will say this, the guy from Coming to America was in it. So when I saw him, I'm like, oh, that's the guy from The Blackening, the one who played the son.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. He was okay. So it was also good seeing different actors. They
not the same people.
Yeah, they apparently are known from other things, but I didn't know any of them except for Yvonne Origi, and the Saturday Night Live guy that does the voices, Ferris or Parrish or something.
Oh, him.
Yeah. So those were the two big names for me. And the rest of those people I hadn't seen them before, but of course I looked it up when I left the theater, and all of them have been on something like Wild 'N Out or some other show, but they were just, I like that it had those unknowns, and I think they need to do that more often. It's just keep giving people you've never seen before a shot, because I love Denzel, and of course I'm going to go see The Equalizer, but there are more actors with skill than Denzel.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like they find one good Black actor and they keep using it because they don't want to
keep hiring him. That's what they were trying to do.
There we go look for somebody else when there's so many other talented people out here.
Yes.
So many other talented people.
Right.
There's so many talented people.
They pick one and they want to keep giving that one the opportunities, like the one with the scandal, the Marvel with the scandal.
Oh, Jonathan
Majors.
Majors.
Oh, the one who was in the first season.
Yeah.
Oh no,
He
you're
was in
talking
the
about
first
somebody else.
season. He was in the
Oh,
first season of what? Loki? I don't know.
No, he was in
oh,
the first season of Loki. He was Lovecraft Country.
Yeah.
okay, y'all.
And
Y'all
Creed.
gonna laugh
Creed.
at me. When you said Scandal, you said the one with the scandal. I thought you meant Scandal, the TV show.
TV show.
And that black guy who had the scandal.
Oh no, girl, he's gone. He's doing Tubi movies if he could get those.
Yeah, I saw he had something come out recently, and I was like, "Oh, he working again?"
Right.
I thought he left the country.
I don't know where he is. He's not making the news anymore, though. Poor thing.
Poor. He was on his way up, and then he just.
Seek
And
therapy.
he had a couple of, I think he had a couple of incidents after that, but of course they had less publicity because now he doesn't have, his name is not that draw anymore.
No,
Mhm.
no, his name doesn't draw anything.
Mm-hmm.
Still don't understand why Lovecraft got canceled. Well, I don't know. I think maybe they thought her, because she gave them a plan for season 2. And I think they thought her plan was a little too militant for their taste.
Oh.
Because she did show them, like she did present to them a season 2, and she had it all planned out from beginning to end. But they decided not to go with the second season.
That's amazing, because that show, I saw a lot of people online saying they loved it. I didn't get into it because I watched the first episode, and the minute I saw the people on the bus and it was looking like 1960, I said, no, thank you, ma'am.
It's 1960s, and it's Chicago.
I don't
and but it's sci-fi. So, but and also they deal with of course, they actually had an episode where they had Emmett Till.
No. No, thank you. I'm all Emmett Till now.
Yeah, who wants to relive those horrible moments?
I can't. Some people really get into that. I cannot. Again, being an educator, I study that, so it's like I read about it enough. I don't need to
when I first discovered about Emmett Till and what happened to him, I was in grade school, and once I learned something about that, something like that fascinates me, I read everything that I could about it. I remember seeing a picture of him in his casket and all that stuff. And it's hard reliving. It's hard going and looking and enjoying of something that actually happened.
Right. That is so
horrific. It was so horrific that it's hard to sit back and go, ooh. I can't understand why Daddy never talked about his past. But you just don't want to. I just don't. Me personally, I can't.
Same here, and it could be because we are connected, because our parents grew up during those times. For me, it's like I gotta see the Get Back. That's why I was into the Nat Turner. I got the Nat Turner movie. That's why when me and Chrissy, I was like, yes, bet I want to see this movie about Nat Turner.
They do get back in the Lovecraft Country. They do. There's a lot of get back in there.
Okay.
Because it's about magic and things like that, and who holds the magic, and the black people are the one who holds the magic, not the white people.
Well, boom.
We hold magic and we still broke. What are we doing with this magic? What's happening?
You cannot use magic. What was that
rule for game?
For personal gain. For personal
gain. But can you ruin other people's lives and make them lose their money?
Can we do something? I need Get Back. If I'm gonna watch something like that, I need to see some Get Back in the end because everybody didn't sit back and take it. Real talk. Everybody did not sit back and take it. There are those who did, and I'm not, pooing on their parade or whatever or their past. But everybody didn't sit back and take it. So I want to see those moments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's an actual episode with a scene where they move to the north side, and of course they're being harassed by white people, and they try to ignore it, and like the white people had taken a brick and had tied the brick to the horn and locked the car. So like they was just day and night horn sound. So they had a party. The black people had a party, and at night, the what's her name, Journey Smollett, she had enough. She went and she got what do you call it? A baseball bat, and they started playing this gospel music. And I the name of the song, but it was like basically I'm taking it back.
Oh,
start playing. It was a fast one. I'm taking it back, and then she started breaking the windows and taking the bricks off, and I think the police came right away. Somebody black came. Somebody black came, and she threw the what do you call it, the baseball bats into the trunk of the car, and they drove off immediately. Ooh. So they took the bats away. So before the police could get there.
I have a conspiracy theory why it didn't get renewed. Maybe somebody was watching and go, we're not trying to get people all riled up and get in the spirit of this Get Back and say, we should do that now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what, but see, that's what they had a lot of Get Back in there. And the second season was going to be even more militant.
Yeah, they like,
So is it that it's hard for them to imagine that we do get back, we're not going to sit back and take it? Or are they concerned about them?
I'm thinking it's, 2020 was a militant year. So you had people who were going around in every state, protesting, and then you had people who were looting and all of that other stuff, but you still, beyond the looting, were those protests, people fighting for different rights in different states. And we're living in the after effects of that now. People are not recognizing that certain laws were changed because of those 2020 protests. So they might have felt like, no, we don't need people to keep protesting like they were and out in the streets and changing things, because one, it could be violent maybe, and two, maybe we don't want people paying attention like they were in 2020, so they could keep doing what they're doing. They being the powers that be.
So and I'm one of those people that say
Talk to Me is one of the best ones I've ever seen. It's new. I've never heard of Talk to Me.
I've heard of it. I've heard some people talk about it. But I don't know where it is.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out. I want to go see The Haunting in Venice today. Is that the name of it? The Hercule Poirot.
Hercule Poirot. So that's this weekend. Dag, I was sick and missed The Equalizer. And Lord, now I hope I don't miss. I had to miss Equalizer. Hopefully, it stays in the theaters a little while longer.
I want to go see that.
I'm going to try to do that this week.
Not The Equalizer. I don't want to see The Equalizer, but
the
I do want to see The Haunting in Venice. I want to see how does it parallel to the book,
Halloween.
because
The book.
when I watched that to Halloween the party, because when I watched the trailer, I'm like, this is not what I read.
Okay.
Maybe they just took the characters and the
Because I mean,
characters.
he totally changed the title. The other movies, he didn't change
Yeah.
the title.
Right.
Right.
But this one,
He
changed
changed the title. And this had ghosts, and Halloween Party didn't have ghosts.
No, Halloween Party did not have ghosts. It was just based on
And it
what
looks
the little
like
girl
he's gonna
said.
focus. Yeah, it looks like he's really going to focus on that haunting. And I think that was a part of a Halloween party. They thought, it was a
You mean
haunting
in the
or whatever.
book? No,
The
that
movie.
wasn't.
I have not read the Agatha Christie's as you have. I watched
I've
the
read the
movie.
Agatha Christie's, and I've read Halloween Party probably twice.
Okay.
And the theme of the book was about what the little girl said she saw.
Okay.
And it wasn't a haunting. So now I'm talking about it, I can see it. It was she saw something. Well, of course, she lied about it. It was somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
But she said she saw something. I don't want to give it away for anybody who hasn't seen the movie. But we read the book. We read the book. But she said she saw something, and because she said she saw something, they killed the little girl. She was a little girl. They killed her. So,
oh yeah, I do remember that movie. She was a little liar. She wanted attention.
She was a liar, and she wanted attention. So she told somebody else's story.
Mm-hmm.
So, but now that I'm talking about it, I can see how you could take something and try to make it seem like it's a haunting, to throw the trail off of what it really is.
Right.
Because
maybe
some mysteries are good at that. I'm a mystery buff.
Yeah, and I really enjoy what Kenneth Branagh has done with Murder on the Orient or Orient Express.
Yeah.
Murder on Orient Express and Death in Paradise.
Death on the Nile.
Death on the I'm terrible with names, titles, all of it.
Death on the who?
Death on the
She called it Death in Paradise.
Because it was like Paradise.
No. And
I gotta go to Africa. Yeah.
But there's a TV show. There's a TV show Death in Paradise.
Yeah.
And I watched that too.
Yeah, so I've read all of the Hercule Poirot books. I haven't read the Miss Marple ones, but I've read all the Hercule Poirot ones.
You've read Hercule Poirot and you've read Sherlock Holmes, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So what's that dude called? Sir Arthur Conan Doyle.
Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Yeah.
As much as I love mystery movies, I have not read mystery books. I feel like I am just straight fiction, maybe realistic fiction, and nonfiction.
Mm.
I think that's what it is.
I am mystery buff. So while my two sisters love action movies, I'm the one who's going to find the nice tempo. Because now Kenneth Branagh, how do you pronounce his last name? Branagh. Okay. So because he put some little action into Hercule Poirot that's just not there in the books at all. So that's something to get used to for me. Because I like people who sit back and use their brain cells and figure out who did what.
Somebody probably told him nobody's gonna want to sit and watch this little man walk around and talk.
Yeah.
Even though David Suchet has been doing it for 20 years.
He did it very well.
Yes,
he did it very well. When I reading those books, to me he was the best one who encompassed the spirit of Hercule Poirot. He was arrogant, but he was humbly arrogant. Like I ain't trying to be funny or facetious. I am that smart, and can't nobody get me. I'm the best. You can't get me.
I am the best.
These disgraces.
He's very opposite of Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes does all of the action and the moving around and going for clues, whereas he sits in the corner and he thinks.
That shocked me with the Sherlock Holmes movies. I don't know what I knew about Sherlock Holmes before the movies. I think I just knew that he was a detective and a good one, a great one. And to watch the movies and see him like fighting a pugilist, I'm like, oh my goodness, like he's getting sweaty and dirty and all this other stuff. And then seeing that he was, like he was just extra, he was special. So, but I think it was the fighting that shocked me with the movie. And then you were the one who told me he does that in the books. I'm like, oh, okay.
He boxes in the book.
I didn't know that either. The only thing I knew about him was that he had a drug issue. That's all I know.
Yeah, he shoots up cocaine.
That's it. Now, was he to the level? Was he to the level that we see people today with the drug problem, like unable to? He couldn't have been because he was a mystery solver. And
they played it like solving mysteries was his natural high. So when he wasn't solving mysteries, he was looking
for that high.
He was looking for that high, so he would shoot up to get the artificial high that he would, to try to keep it going. And they had this one book where he started the book shooting up, and then there was a mystery, and he went through and he did this. There was ups and downs and and at the end of the book, the mystery's over and he's shooting up again. So they ended the book with him shooting up.
You know what? Another one. I wonder if your viewer has seen this. The Enola Holmes. I like that one. The second one she did.
The second one.
The second one she did. That one was so good. So
okay.
Back and I watched the first one. When I watched part 2, I'm like, okay. And Sherlock was a little bit more prominent in the
second one.
And I think the big brother, what's this big brother name?
They really ruined him.
Mycroft. I think Mycroft was in the first movie, but not the second movie. And in the second movie, Sherlock was more prominent in it. But still, it was very interesting. And I'm like, okay, I really like the Enola Holmes things that they're doing with that. They just, don't include that they have that many siblings. I think they act like it's just those 3.
I've never heard. I'm looking it up now. I've never heard of this.
Enola is on Netflix.
On Netflix. I think you would like it, Ingrid. She has 2.
Yeah, so she plays. She's Sherlock Holmes' little sister. And it's the girl from Stranger Things.
Okay. Yeah, so that's good stuff. Yeah, I like mystery. I like action. Of course, I like the comic books turned into movies. Still trying to get into Ashoka. The problem when I watch it is I'm doing other things. I need to sit down and watch Ashoka. So, and then it doesn't help when my streaming acts up because my streaming acts up. And I'm like, okay, turn it off because I'm irritated. And it's only down here. So if I have to go to my room, and when I say down here, I mean my first level, when I have to go upstairs and watch it in my room, of course, I'm getting to bed and I'm going to fall asleep. So I try to watch everything down here. And my streaming on my first level, it could just shut off. So
is your modem? Where's your modem? Downstairs, upstairs?
It's upstairs. Okay. Yay, Karen!
Hey, Karen. Was that Karen from your movie?
Yeah, I think that's Karen from the movie.
Okay. Oh, Christy. I'm sorry, that fantasy chick. Your movie 7 that's coming out at the Music Box Theater.
Yes, I wonder if it's still in here. The slides. Yes, it is. Yeah.
How much are the tickets?
It's early bird tickets are about $17. And if you missed early bird, they should be about $22, I think.
I probably missed early bird.
$22.
Right. Now, they're not going to run a ticket, are they?
Huh?
I'm gonna
I
try to get.
don't. I don't know. I don't know how big the music box is. I've never been.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get my
Yeah,
tickets this week. I was just
yeah. I
asking
didn't
the
even think
family.
about getting them in advance. I just thought about showing up.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I was thinking that I sent it, which nobody responded. I sent a text out to the family like, who wants to go to Christie's movie? Nobody said anything. So I'm gonna have to go, like, I'm just gonna go if it's just me. Probably show up, but it probably
I
be
know
some.
our cousin. He said he had something that same day. I'm
Which
not trying
one?
to
Okay.
name people, but yeah.
Oh,
So
never
he said
mind.
he had something the same day. So but he wanted to go.
Um, Karen, the link actually, if you use your phone and use the QR code right here, that will take you to the link. That will take you to the link to get
I
the
just did it.
event tickets.
So why don't you give your viewers a synopsis of what this event will be?
So basically, this is the black and brown and films. So it's going to be a short film showcase. There's going to be at least a few other short films there. It's going to be from like 4:30 to 6:30, and there's will be a Q&A, and so um, my short film will be one of the short films showing, and it's all women of color filmmakers.
I
Somebody's
keep
walking around and want to
I
see
keep
what I'm
forgetting.
doing.
I keep forgetting you have a cat. So I'm thinking there's one of my cats, at my door trying to get in.
No, that's him.
Okay.
Now you see what I'm doing.
Oliver.
Leave me alone.
Mr. Oliver.
Mr.
Hair
Oliver.
all on me, you're hairy. Ugh. Lint brush.
Yes, Lord.
Did he like those
Yvonne,
treats you got him from Trader Joe's?
Yeah, he does.
Mm.
Yvonne wants to
Okay.
try to keep one of those kittens, y'all. And I'm like, girl, we got enough cats here. She talking about, I'm going to take you with me when I move. When will that
When
day
you
be?
moved in? Chicago
We
costs
haven't
an
moved.
arm and a leg.
Right. Like, and you
An
trying to
arm
build
and
a
a leg to live here.
Yep.
Okay. Let's go back to what we were before. Okay. Oh, no, that's not what I want. How do I stop sharing?
Yes, it's $20 now.
Oh, it is.
Okay.
Okay.
It's
This one be
$20.
22 at the door. Yeah, we need to in case other people start buying tickets up, which they probably will. Stop scratching on
Yeah.
my.
So they do that when they want. Yeah. Well, anyway, $20 and then $3.18 for a fee and a $2.32 sales tax. So by
Oh,
the time
you
we get
online
to
right
the
now?
huh? Oh yes, yes I am. Chris, the whole thing is showing.
I know. I'm trying to stop sharing it, and it won't. Group layout. There we
There you go.
Oh, it called me lint brushing.
Hey.
Okay. But yeah.
So yeah, that should be so exciting.
I'm excited.
Yes.
Yes.
So be able to see my short film. So if you're in the Chicago area, it's going to be at the Music Box. It's going to be October 7th from 4:30 to 6:30.
Yeah.
And my short film will be on the big I'm so excited.
Great. Yes, my sister's a director. I'm
Yeah,
proud of my sister's film. She's a director.
He's a
Thank you.
director. So we should talk about
Great.
Monica. We should talk about how growing up, how Christy used to love tell stories so
She was
much.
so skilled at it
She
that
was
she had
very
people
skilled.
believing these fantastical stories. Could we call her a liar? Was she a liar?
It's a good story. I mean, a good storyteller is what I can
Very
say.
good storyteller.
Very good storyteller.
Ever since she was a kid. So it's something that she's loved since childhood. And we used to just sit and listen to her. She is always so dramatic, just telling all of these stories. And she would just get so passionate about these stories that she would start yelling them.
Wait, remember that year with Christmas time? And Mama had one of her nerves, like get every sound, which I understand now. Every sound gets on your nerve. And she'd be like, shut up all that noise. Christy would tell a story, we'd be like, shh. Then one time we just let her go. And she and so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so, shut up all that noise.
And we laughed and we laughed. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
But
God.
yeah, she's been telling stories
She's
ever
been telling
since she
stories
could talk.
forever.
Yep, so
Or the day we came home from church, because Christy for some reason didn't have to go to church. But every time that day we came home from church and Mama walked in the door and just cracked up laughing. We're like, what are you laughing at? Because we can't see what it is. She's laid out on the stairs. We can't walk up the stairs. Christy comes running by. She's 3 or 4 years old. In this paper, in this get up with because my father's home with her, with the paper bag, glasses made out of paper bag. She had some
It was a cow. It was a cow. It was a Batman cow.
A Batman cow. The glasses was paper bag.
Yeah, it was made out of paper bag.
The hat was the paper bag. The cape I think was the plastic bag. And my father
it was my baby blanket.
Okay. And my father said, I'm glad you came home because she wanted me to make her some shoes. some superhero boots. Did she have gloves or did she have
No,
gloves?
he wanted me to make gloves. I think he had already made boots.
Okay. So
I just know you had on a t-shirt with your shorts, you had your cape on, you had your hat on, and you jumped out like, yeah.
He made a utility belt.
Yeah, I mean, she had the whole. I wish we had a darn picture. Oh my gosh.
Yes, this is the Batman story.
Yeah, the Batman story. That definitely is real. That really happened. That really hilarious.
Happened. And my dad was the one, like, if you had an idea, if he can make it come true, he would. Me and Monica came in here one year and said, "Ooh, Daddy." The girls on the block had a cheer team. And they had this book, we were going to buy some pom-poms. And we said, Daddy, girls want to get together, we'll buy some pom-poms. He looked at that and said, I can't afford that, but I can make you some. And he had a stack of newspapers and he took it and he made strips. He made us pom-poms and we came outside. Like,
get down.
All of us being bad like night and cloud.
That's how he does.
He is related to them. But a lot of times they do that when they want attention.
Yeah, he wants attention because I'm on this table, so he's trying to see what's up.
Yeah. You doing
what
something
are you
different.
doing? What are you doing? What's
that
going
part
on?
You know, on Aladdin when Aladdin was knocked out and his monkey was going, Aladdin.
Yeah.
That's the cats when they want to know. What you doing? How come I don't know?
Yeah, that's how he does when I'm trying to sit up and chill and he's all up in my face. But for now, he's looking at me sitting in this chair, which I don't sit in often. So he's like, "What's going on? I want to know. I want to know. What are you doing?"
Oh, yes. The joys of
This
owning a
is why
pet.
I don't have
I
pets.
can't say what I would normally say to him off camera because I call him names. Get your off my table.
Oh yeah, I've had those. My cat, when they
Mm.
hear me come down the stairs, they just go ahead and jump off. And I'm like, I can tell when you're on here.
Right. When I see a pen on the floor or some batteries on the floor that was on the
On the
table.
table, Joe, not hide. Joe, hide parts off my table.
Yeah, but yeah, so storytelling, that's something she's been doing since she could talk.
Yeah.
Fantastical stories. So this has become, I guess, and I didn't realize how much of a fangirl that you are until you started doing the YouTube videos and the background and everything that you know. So I'm like, oh, okay, you're really into anything. So whenever I want to know something about a character that I'm watching in a Marvel movie, I can ask Christy for background on the character.
Yeah, she knows
I
everything in
can,
the
I
country.
can, I can tell you as much. Like I don't read Marvel comics. Like I know more about DC because I'm a DC girl, but I do watch the Marvel movies and the Marvel shows, so I can give you as much that much background. But I'm a DC girl. I love DC. That's
Oh,
why,
DC, that's your favorite. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's why I have
DC. They,
DC in my office.
they
Hmm?
can't get together. I'm so disappointed in them.
Who,
Well,
DC?
I saw the last thing I think I saw was Blue Beetle, and that was really,
Oh,
really
you did
good.
like it, yeah.
But they they they're saying it was disappointing, but they didn't promote it. They didn't promote it. They did no marketing for Blue Beetle. And their only excuse was, oh, the strikes. But you don't need an actor to promote a movie. They could have promoted it with commercials, with social media. They could have did a whole bunch of stuff to promote that movie.
That's just they're using that as an excuse so they can. I feel like they're using that as an excuse to try to shame these people out of fighting for their rights. Because there's one thing we learned during the shutdown is that people found a way and we adjusted to get things done. So there's something you could have done to continue the advertising. You just didn't want to. You know, these people in the positions, the power that be, I'm so sick of them. It ain't funny.
Mm, yeah, they they're going after the daytime shows. That's why the daytime shows are coming back. I think they're threatening to cancel
They're
them.
threatening them. Yeah. And so it puts people like, Drew Barrymore in a precarious situation. She don't want these people to lose their job, but she also want to
Yeah.
be true. Like, what do you do? What do you do?
People were upset with her, and she was giving this long explanation. I was like, Drew, all you had to say was, "I'm trying to save my people's jobs." That's all you had
that's
to
all you
say.
have to say.
Really
Make
what
them
you're doing.
make them look like the bad guy they are, because I know they did it. So, and once again, we're taking our anger out on the middleman. She ain't the problem.
Right. That's all you had to say. I'm trying to save people's jobs. Because all this other stuff you saying is it sounds like you just going to, talking in circles.
She's probably trying to avoid saying something about them, which, like, we all know. We know how this game works.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's funny how it's the industry is just so, which needs to change, because a person shouldn't have to. Because my first thought is, I wouldn't want to participate with with that type of thing. However, I shouldn't have to give up my dream because the powers that be are a-holes, because you want to control all the money. You want to hold all the money. You want to hold everything in your hands and not give it to anybody. And so you do all these lecherous, treacherous things.
Yes, never forget. David Zasloff made 260 some odd $1 million last year or the year before.
Who was that?
David Zasloff is the new president of Warner Brothers Discovery. He's the one who came in wrecking shit.
There you go. All they care about is their bottom line.
Pretty much. And it's like that in every industry.
In every industry. It's the issue is those top dogs.
They
and then they create scenarios, they create narratives to make us fight with each other, get them off their back and not notice what they're doing.
And we're so busy fighting each other, and they're still raking in all the millions and billions of dollars.
Yep.
Right. Somebody broke it down to hours, was like Bob Iger was making $75,000 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, you don't talk to me, Bob. You make $75,000 an hour.
Crazy.
Why are you trying to call somebody else greedy?
Yeah. Can you hear the background noise of this train going by?
I actually can.
You can?
Yeah.
Okay, let me close the door.
Oh no. What is Brightburn? Are you talking about that movie from Netflix?
Oh my goodness. That's horrible.
That's disgusting. Just see, this is what I'm talking about right here. This whole AI thing has gotten out of control.
But see,
ridiculous. It does not have the nuances that humans have. It's not gonna. You'd be able to get away with it for a few minutes. That's gonna be a fad. I hope it's a fad. I say it that way. I hope it's a fad, and I hope it.
I don't know.
I would boycott that movie. That movie should be boycotted. But
everything we see on TV will be AI.
I don't even watch TV, so it wouldn't matter to me. I don't have 257.
But my thing is, I don't mean just TV. I mean like movies and everything. You'll have AI newscasters. I mean, that's what they're heading towards. That's what they would like.
Well, here's the deal. For me, I don't care. Like, that person may not care about my $1 subscription, but I care about my $1 subscription. And I will unsubscribe to everything that does that. Because we got too many people out here with actual talent that
for you to
do this AI stuff and have no regard for human. You have no regard for humans, but your bottom line. That's what it's all about. I could do this and make this much money, and still have a good product. It's not, in my opinion, it's not going to go the way they think it's going to go. It never does. It never does.
No, I did a video on that too, and it's called the AI apocalypse. And I was like, there's just, and I compared it to at the time that I did the video, there was the TV show Superman and Lois had this storyline going on where Lois had cancer. And of course it was very triggering to me because it was reminding me of Mama. But I was like, it was very real. And it was very real. It was very triggering. It was very heart-wrenching. And I was like, no AI could write that story.
No. You don't have the emotions to tap into that feeling. That's where they're going to lose people. It's going to come off.
Yeah. The thing with humans, like I say, when I go to a movie and I enjoy it, I'm immediately on my phone looking up more. I want to know about the characters. I want to know about the writer. I want to know about the director. It's obviously something that I saw on the screen that touched me and made me say, did this happen? Is it real? I think they might lose that with AI. You have got to, because can you teach AI love, pain, the hurt, the sadness, the insecurities that people would feel with a storyline like trying to deal with cancer and how it affects not only the person but the family members who are around the person who's going through it. So, you know,
human emotion. You can't teach an AI human emotion.
mm-mm. What's that other thing they talk about? Chat GPT. What is that?
Chat GPT. That's a AI thing. AI like it's basically like Google. You can go and you can ask it questions. You can ask it to do things for you. People can lawyers have sat up and asked it to write briefs for them.
They've gotten in trouble for that.
They got caught up because the Chat GPT was citing cases that didn't exist.
What?
Yeah. So the other side was like, we can't find these cases. And do you know, instead of looking up the cases, they went back and asked GPT, does these cases exist? And Chat GPT said yes.
Yeah,
and so they went back and doubled down.
Oh, and then that also goes to the ignorance of human beings now, that we will take everything and say, this is true, this has happened because so-and-so said it. You know, it's like, no, that's where your books are needed, where you can actually go back to a book and read something and see these cases. Why wouldn't you check the cases? Why wouldn't you actually take yourself to either LexisNexis or an actual law book? And
Westlaw, they have a service where you can actually look stuff up.
Crazy.
Here's the thing. This is why we're in the situation that we're in right now, where people are believing stuff without looking it up and reading for themselves. When we were in school, we were raised. We were taught when you write a paper, you cite your source. You just don't put down anything. You have to go back and look at it and see if I was to ask GTPT, whatever that is, to write me a paper and give me a source, and the least I would do is go and find the books and see if they match with does this. That's what I'm going to do, because I'm like, you ain't catching me up. Here's another thing about that Chat GPT, whatever thing it is.
Chat GPT.
Yeah, it's all crap. So where I have an issue with is that, let's say, yes, the other day when I was complaining about my daughter's phone and how we couldn't find her for hours, and AT&T reached out. Well, guess what? That was a bot, so it could not encompass all of the nuances of my conversation. It responded back with, "Here is the link to see if there's an outage in the area. Let me know."
That's not going to help.
Excuse me. First of all, that's not the issue. If you were listening, that's not the issue. I said that she's been having an issue with this phone. Her phone is the only phone in our plan that has this issue. So it's not an outage thing. There's something wrong with this phone. And nobody, that just reminds me, I got to call whatever. Anyway, there's an outage. There's a situation going on, y'all not acknowledge it. But I said all that to say is that these AIs and these Chat GPTs, these bots and stuff, it will never capture the nuances. And capturing all these nuances, you can't capture the nuances of conversation. You can't, you don't understand, certain words that I may use in a conversation. You just don't get it. No, give me a human. They can get it.
Right.
When I make a phone call, they transfer me to a thing, and right away it starts off with hit this button for a trade-in. You don't know if I want to trade in. Talk to me first and see what the heck I want and get it to me.
Right.
I might end up agreeing to something and it's going to be totally not what I want. No, I want a human.
Right.
I do not agree with it.
Yeah. Then pretty much. And they see everyone's frustration with that type of online situation and who you could talk to and dealing with the situation. And I hate when, especially when I used to deal with my cable issues and they would send you to an AI. And like, did you do this? Did you do it? Yeah, I did it. I did it because I told you before about this issue. That's not the issue. I need to talk to a person because what you did before is not going to work. I need a physical person to come here and deal with this situation.
And that's
Right.
pretty much how I started the conversation yesterday with look, everything that y'all told us to do, not only did we do it, we took it to the store, they did it, it's still not working. I want a new phone. And none that you don't ask about did you honey. 3 or 4 times. Give me a new phone.
Like what was the movie with Shirley MacLaine and the one with the black hair where she was sick in the hospital. She probably had cancer.
Terms of endearment.
Terms of endearment. My daughter is in pain. Somebody do something. It's not working. Somebody do something. She's down. She's little. She's tiny. Somebody help my daughter.
Sometimes you can understand why people have those experiences because it's like I'm talking to you, I'm telling you what's going, and you're not hearing me. It's like a bad relationship. There's something needs to change.
Mm-hmm. What was the girl's name? Black hair.
Deborah Winger.
Deborah Winger. Oh, okay, because where is she?
Wonder Woman. Remember how she was Wonder Girl?
She was her sister, yeah.
Yeah, she was a
Linda
sister.
No, she was Wonder Girl.
I think she was Linda Carter's little sister.
Yeah, on the show.
Oh, okay.
So when she would guest star as Wonder, I guess they called her Wonder Girl. I don't know if I made that name up for her, but she was Princess Dot, not Princess Dot, Diana. I'm getting ready to call her every name but her name.
Donna.
Princess. Maybe she was Diana Princess because she didn't have a last name because she was from some other land.
No, I think the Diana was Diana Prince.
Yeah,
I think that's it. And that was a made up last name because she didn't have.
Can we talk about the Flash? Because I finally saw the Flash.
Oh yeah, I can talk about it.
The Flash, that was good. Seeing it opening up with him saving children, I was like, ew. but beyond saving the babies, even though they were AI babies, I enjoyed that story. And I'm sitting there looking. I just felt the whole thing, the coming back to it and the lesson that he learned, because Bruce told him, look, this is not what you want to do, go back in time to try to prevent your mother's death. So many things could happen. And it's one of those cases of, you're gonna have to learn for yourself. That could be a message in a movie, a thing. You're gonna have to learn. You had to learn the hard way. And he did. He had to learn the hard way about going back and change that thing.
But Bruce told him, he was like, this, those things made us who we are today. And he didn't see that until he saw who he was when it didn't happen.
Yeah. He was like, oh, is this how I am to people? Yes, you are, sir. But so that was interesting. And I was wondering when he was talking to Iris West and he had that realization and saying, I could go back. He was sitting there thinking I could go back to save his mom. But when she said, oh, so that's why you do what you do now, because of what happened to your mom. And he kind of went like, oh, yeah. I was wondering, was that real, or was he thinking about I could go back and save my mom? Or was he thinking I didn't even realize I became a CSI or whatever he is because of what happened to my mom? What do you think that was?
I think that was he had the realization that he can go back and save his mom.
Okay.
Because I think Barry, Barry became a CSI because of what happened to his parents.
Yeah, I was wondering, it's like, is he not realizing that he became CSI because of that or whatever? But of course, he was trying to save his dad, look at evidence. And that's why he wanted to be thorough with every case. So that makes sense that he would be slow with all of his cases. He's like, I want to be thorough. There's family, there's people involved with this. So I like that aspect of his character. And then, him going back and seeing who he would have been if it hadn't have happened to his mom. And I like that he did turn it around and make that change. But he still forgot. You changed something. So there's going to be a ripple effect in the future.
Oh my goodness, that last change.
That was hilarious. I laughed
so hilarious.
Wow. He was like, who the are
you? That was it. Because in the theater, I realized when I saw it the second time, I realized I heard the voice. The first time I didn't hear the voice.
I heard it. I was like,
I didn't hear it because I was on the phone, I guess because I was expecting Ben Affleck. I heard Ben Affleck.
His voice was much higher. I was like, nah, who's this high pitched dude he talking to? I knew somebody else was gonna get out the car because that voice was high. He got out the car, like, what do I know?
Y'all make me want to watch this movie.
You should.
You should. You should get over your heebie-jeebies and watch some action films.
And know that it's a lot of it is AI, it's like CGI, whatever you want to call it.
CGI.
And you don't have to worry about, stuff that you would be a little squeamish looking at.
If the people that they were beating up was like top executives of any industry who make the top dollars, I would enjoy watching them getting their ass beat.
Did he fight anybody?
I mean, they fought the Kryptons.
Yeah.
Kryptonians. They fought the Kryptonians. If you want to see, if you want to see top execs get their due, you want to watch Shazam. There's a whole scene in Shazam where they go into a office, executive office, and this was the first one, right? The first Shazam.
Oh yeah. And I'm sitting here trying to remember, have I seen the second one? And yes, I have, but I've totally forgotten it. But yeah,
the first one, they go into it
early on.
It's very early on. And they do some things to them executives.
Oh, that would be enjoyable. But see, I want to be actors. It needs to be the real people.
Yeah, it's actors. Oh yeah, I'm starting to remember Shazam too, and the lesson that he had to learn for Shazam too. I don't know if it was too much his lesson or his brother's lesson in Shazam too. I think his brother needed to learn in Shazam too. You remember, Chrissy?
What? Oh, his brother needed to learn a lesson. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so too.
I've seen the CW Flash. So let me tell you something about me that frustrates Christy. I become gung-ho for a show that's on TV, and I'm like, Christy, have you seen it? It's the bomb. Check this out. And then Christy watches it, and she tries to talk to me about the show, and I'll be like, yeah, I stopped watching it. I don't watch that anymore. So I watched the first 2 seasons of The Flash on CW. I was gung-ho. And then after a few years, I was like, yeah, when is it going to end? Because I'm just over Barry and all of their issues or whatever. But I know the general thing of Flash. Now, I think the last time I saw it was when I saw he had the ability to like move through stuff. And I was like, oh my God, this dude is powerful. Like he can move through floors and buildings. And so I love that. But that drama.
Yeah.
I can't do that drama over and over again. I could do a movie. I can't do a series. Because that drama every season, I'm like, yeah, y'all need to fix. I'm tired of y'all. Y'all doing too much. So I stopped watching. But I would like to see the last season.
Did y'all hear that?
No, what?
I heard something.
Okay. I heard some kind of noise. I don't know if it's the mic. Because I just turned it on and off.
Barry Allen.
I don't know. I forget.
Oh, that noise.
Oh, that could have been it. Was that your message?
That was just my message. That wasn't what you heard the first time.
Oh, okay.
I wonder if it was my mic because I plugged it and unplugged it. I unplugged it to plug it back rather. I feel like it.
Okay. Yeah, that's how she did me. She did me like that with Charmed. She did me like that with Smallville. And then she would come back to Smallville every so often and be like, "Who's this? Who's this person doing? What they doing? And why they doing it?"
I'll be like, girl, you know I'm not loyal. I'll be like, oh, this show is the bomb. Oh my God, Christy, you should be watching it. She come back a month later. Did you see? Oh, I don't watch that.
You know,
Monica did that to me too with Charm. We would talk about it. And then and what was funny was we had opposing views on what Charm was about. And then when I started getting into it, then she started having the same views that I had that I no longer had because I'm watching the show. Especially when it got to
the second one.
The first one.
Okay.
The first one. Because I never really I started getting into Charm like, ooh, yeah. And then that Utopia thing happened. And I'm in the middle of something, honey. Okay. Coming in. I just added the honey part for whoever watches. But any part. Oh God. But the scene about the show about Utopia and what that was about, we both had different views about Utopia.
I can't remember. Okay. But I can say, after having watched several seasons, I felt one way at the beginning and sitting now, and it could be my age that has made me look on things differently. At first, of course, I love the sisterhood. And them coming back together after they were split up for superficial reasons. But over time, I started to see with the focus on Prue, the older sister, and I found that irritating.
Me
and
too.
Then the whole focus on their love lives, I found very irritating because this is about powers and helping other people, and the love lives are secondary. So when every scene that wasn't related to saving people, they were whining about some man. I was like, look, I'm tired of them whining about these dudes. You invade them or you're not, just, shut up about it. And then now when I look at it and I see how they walk, and this is going to be the middle-aged me, how they walked around and go to work with these outfits on. And I'm like, they wearing that to work? Like,
they showed up right whenever they wanted to. Oh, let me go fight this demon first. How can you get away with that? Your check is
that. And then pants that's barely up on your body, they have your booty half showing. I'm like, really? You walking into the office like that?
And wasn't Piper a chef?
Girl, she had the club. She ended up taking the club.
She ended up getting the club, but she was a chef.
That
first she was working when they were hanging out at that restaurant.
Yeah.
The first season, and then she bought the club P3.
So that way she could just come in and out how she wanted to. And then that
made sense for her because she was a club owner. For her, it makes sense.
But it still don't make sense because you're a brand new business person. You got people you could trust automatically that is managing and dealing with the books and all of that. You mean to tell me you got it like that? Because you were never at the club, only to go there and party. She wasn't running nothing. She was sitting down drinking drinks with everybody else.
She was only at the club when they had a guest star there. Like that Benatar.
Right. And she's sitting up partying with everybody else, like, oh, this is great. How y'all get up?
Can I be a promoter? Oh, this is my promoter. Oh, okay. How much you pay to get her there? How much you pay to get her there? Did you have the money in the books to pay for that?
Right. Who's paying for this? I would have been robbing her blind, and I'm not even a thief. I'm like, she never hid. So here's one for the drink, one drink going in the register, next drink going in my pocket.
Every person that orders 2 drinks, I'm keeping one of them.
What's special?
Like, you sure you don't want a second one?
Oh my Lord. And yeah, she was a chef. She was never like making wings or anything at the restaurant. She wasn't cooking. They ain't had no food. All they did was have drinks and sit and listen to music. They had no food at the club. She should have been cooking in the kitchen.
Right.
She could have been doing something. But
Yeah,
I felt the same way that you did. After a while, it was like, okay. First of all, yes, they so focused on Prue's character, and then secondly, she had a better wardrobe in those first 3 seasons.
Yeah.
She had a better wardrobe.
Then they gave everybody.
Sometimes some of them clothes that Phoebe and Piper was wearing, I was like, what the hell did they dress these girls in? They got these suits. What is this? What are you doing? And that during that season when Phoebe had gained weight, or Alyssa Milano gained weight, and they put her in these, like, y'all, you can't dress a size 4 or 6. I don't even know what size she was. You don't know what the hell that looks like. Probably they had in these little boxy. I was like, what is this? So when Prue characters left, and then they brought in what's that child? Paige. You saw I saw a shift, which I enjoyed. I enjoyed the shift.
But I didn't like it because the whole premise was personal gain. And I feel like Paige did a lot for personal gain, and she got no consequences. Whereas Phoebe got everybody's consequence when she did her thing. She just kept losing her powers. Paige didn't lose her power. She was whiny and she was irritating. She was going through growth that they had to go through when you're trying to balance being a witch and having a personal life. So I'm like, okay, it's cool. She's new. But she just whines so much, and I want to do this and I want to do that, and you can't tell me this. And I'm like, girl, they telling you from experience. They just did this a few years ago. You're doing this now. So like, listen to them.
But in her defense, she's been the only child for all her life. So she don't know how to function as a family. And then when her parents died, it was, because of her bad behavior. Well, it wasn't necessarily because of her bad behavior, but they were in the car because as a teenager, she had bad behavior. I don't know if you remember that episode when she went back.
Because I really didn't like her, so I didn't pay attention to her episode. She really got on my nerves.
I remember specifically it had something to do with schnapps.
Is that a drink?
Yes.
So she must have got drunk and they was going to get her or something.
Yeah.
She was always in trouble in school. And she got in trouble this one last time. Her parents went to go pick her up. And they were frustrated with her, but it was clear that they still loved her. And when the accident happened, they were driving, and she was trying to make up with them because at this point she knew it was about to happen, because she never understood how she survived the car crash. Come to find out, she had orbed out. She orbed out when the crash happened, so that's how she.
Well, it is her fault. She's a terrible person.
Mic drop. Everybody was silent for a minute. Yeah.
I don't like her, and they were just they were really they were whiny, and I can understand why when the Billy character came and her little demon sister, the lies that she told.
Why was her name Chrissy?
Yeah, demon sister.
I don't know,
Chrissy.
but Billy and Chrissy.
Yeah, they did too much.
Chrissy, girl,
they did too much.
First of all, why did they take her in so easily? Why did they take Billy in so easily and ingratiate her into their life like that?
I don't know.
That was
because the show needed them to.
But I was irritated because apparently, I guess I forget what that woman's name is, but I guess she was the hot stuff at the time. But I found her again irritating. That's just me, because everybody's trying to act like she's the hot thing, and I'm like, okay, she had a show on Channel 7. I ain't watched the show. I didn't like it. And now here she comes on this show, and they trying to act like she's hot over here, and I'm like, I'm irritated.
Wasn't she on John Ritter's show? She played the daughter.
Yeah.
Was that her? Haley Kukko.
So that show ended.
And then she went to the Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory. Did she do Big Bang Theory after Charm? She had to.
After.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she did after. Yeah, so having her own show worked, but coming in on somebody else's show, I was irritated by her coming in. I was irritated by everybody they brought in. The
I'm
nephew
gonna tell you something.
from the
I don't
future,
remember them.
all of that.
Oh God.
Oh, I hated Chris.
Yeah, it's like, why y'all bringing
Oh
out?
my God, I couldn't stand him.
Yeah, I'm like,
You
this
can't
too
be that
much.
damn closed-minded and unevolved to recognize that your father was a freaking elder. He was saving the world. He was trying to run the world. You don't get that.
Child. So yeah, I was irritated by that. It's like, okay, you're like in a full-grown adult body. You have no understanding that this was the position he had, and that's why he wasn't around. I totally get it hurts your feelings, but yeah, I was irritated by everybody they brought in. So
yeah, I barely remember, like, because that last season, I probably skipped a lot of shows. When especially when I did rewatch. When I did a rewatch, I was like, yeah, I'm not watching this.
Right.
The only, when Billy finally realized that her sister was full of crap, I was like, oh, okay, I can, get into this.
Yeah, I could watch that so over and over again. And it seemed like, and they knew they did the right thing when they did the finale. In the finale, Billy was not prominent in the finale. And I'm like, thank goodness. Stop. Who cares about Billy? Yeah. So we just want to see the sisters and what happened to the sisters. I knew Shannon Doherty wouldn't be back though for that finale. They could at least show her picture though.
She could have came back in the spirit form, but they could have, they could have did that because
come back.
Past, huh?
She didn't want to come back. She left because she was jealous of Alyssa Milano.
So who is it? It's my daughter. My daughter. I'm on a stream thing with Christy and Monica. That's okay. Audition.
Yeah, so I was irritated by that.
She was like,
You could have mute. I was irritated by that. So Charmed, yeah, and then the second Charmed, I like that. I forgot why I stopped watching the second Charmed. I know they did that.
They only went on for like 3 seasons.
4,200.
The second Charm,
And I heard,
Okay, did you just find this out today?
the oldest
and then the older sister left after the second season. So the third season they had to bring in somebody else, like they did Paige. But instead of doing the whole, she's a half sister again, she's not their sister. So they had to figure out, okay, how she's our third if she's not our sister. So they spent the whole season trying to figure out how this girl was part of the what do they call the three? The
power of three.
Well, in the end, the older sister had donated her plasma or her something, and the girl got her plasma, and that made her a witch.
What?
Yeah,
because witchy poo is in her blood.
She donated something. Either her plasma or her bone marrow, something like that. Something got donated, and
is this Charm 2?
This is the reboot. And because she donated that, she became a witch. She became a power. So she replaced her in the power of three.
Okay.
So that's how they were able to replace her without her being the sister.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the older sister in the reboot was the half sister. I felt like all of the hate the show got was because they went with a multicultural cast. And I know reboots are like, people have certain ideas about reboots, even though I do think new shows can be developed and they are doing a bit too much with the reboots. Still, when it comes to a reboot you love, and you're talking about Charmed, you know that you are not going to get Shannon, Alyssa, and the other one on Shannon Lewis and the other one. You're not gonna get them together on a show. And I just think Shannon would have been the one who would have been like, meh, I don't feel like doing this. So
there's
you
two,
have
Right.
there's two issues. There's two issues with that, in my opinion. One is budget. Will they have been able to pay them?
exactly, because
That's
they're
number one.
big.
They're
They're
big now. Number two, obviously, there was some issues on the set between these ladies, and I'm gonna say first one, I'm a Alyssa Milano fan, so when she posted about how the set was high school vibe, and and they got on and made that how y'all just proved her point with your reaction. Even though she came behind it and apologized, like, "Oh no, girl, that's not what I mean, girl."
That's what she meant.
Proved her point. This is exactly what she meant.
They were friends outside of the show. Now, I'm not going to say that was wrong, but y'all were besties. So she might have felt left out. And that's not saying they were wrong for being besties, but she's talking about
what she said. Yeah.
She's talking about clicks.
That was her experience.
That was her experience, right? So
That
it's like, don't get mad at me because I felt left out.
You can't invalidate her.
Right. So yeah, I felt it, and in my opinion, I saw it, and the other girl was okay with it, probably because Shannon was her friend. But you saw how it was all about Shannon. It was all about Prue. That's how it felt. Like you said, even from the wardrobe, the clothes.
From the wardrobe.
Like Prue. She changed.
They made her the star instead of an ensemble.
Mm-hmm. That she dated, who she loved, how she felt about being a witch, and blah blah blah. It was very centered around her, and when it became centered around all three, I did enjoy that. That was the thing I enjoyed about the new one. I just didn't like the character of Paige that much. So and then when it became just their love lives, that just really looking at it as a woman who's living life and trying to find, it's just always just some man, this girl, if you don't stop and do what you got to do, crying about this demon Cole and
oh my gosh, Cole. Is there some kind of anniversary with them going on right now? With the
but she was in Paris. Alyssa was in Paris, and so was the guy who played Cole. She posted some pictures of them together in Paris. So I don't know what that was, but both of them were there.
People loved them. They were a favorite.
They were, but after he died 30 times, it's like, why y'all keep bringing him back? Just let the man die.
Each time he came back, he was more eviler. However, he played it very well because he wasn't just like this
two-dimensional. He wasn't two-dimensional.
Yeah. It was more parts to him. Like it came to a point where, okay, I'm evil. I want to try to change. And then when that didn't change, like, yeah, I'm evil. I'm just gonna have to accept it. But while I'm accepting it, you still gonna be my girl.
Mm-hmm. But I didn't like that. I wanted him to want to be something else for her. But you can't deny who you are.
At that point, right? At that point, they knew that they were writing him out. They wasn't bringing him back. They did. What's the word I'm looking for that people always talk about when they talk about soap operas? When they read something now. When they were villain and they read something.
Retcon.
No, not retcon. When they coming back from redemption arc, I felt like he redeemed himself with me. When he came back towards the end, we realized that he pushed that guy. He got that guy to help Phoebe open up her heart again to love. Do you remember that part? Yeah. There was the guy who was on. Yeah, okay.
So guy who was on or something.
I remember he was on Titanic.
Yeah. Billy Zane. Now, why do I remember that man's name? He barely plays in anything anymore, but I remember Billy Zane. Wow.
To me, he stands out. On
I guess
Titanic, he
so.
stood out, and when he was on Charmed, he stood out. So that's
He
probably
wears
why,
wigs.
huh?
He wears wigs. He's bald.
Yeah. Now I found that out, but
Mm.
I didn't realize that John Travolta was wearing wigs until recently. Before he went,
Wow.
Really?
yeah, he
Those
was
were
wearing.
obvious.
Lustrous hair.
I did not see it. Maybe it's my love for him, which has waned. But anyway, I didn't
He's been
realize.
wearing wigs for a while. Yeah.
Didn't know. As far as I was concerned, he still had the hair of Danny from
Danny
Greece.
Zuko.
Danny Zuko. Hey, Zuko. So anyway, yeah, so that helped redeem because he realized what he did to her. He realized how he hurt her.
Mm.
Yeah, it was irritating. And then they put that love aspect in the finale, which was a little irritating. It's like, come on, sisters, fight these demons. Let's get it. Let's go.
I think it shouldn't. I think that love should have been a co-star and not a
whiny friend.
Yeah. Because they're badass witches. They out here fighting and whatever. They should have supportive men at home waiting for them. You know, when they came back and they talked about what's going on, or they supported in any way they could. Like Leo was, the white lighter who could, offer information or whatever.
Taking care of the kids.
Yeah, take care of the kids. Switch that shit around. Hello.
I don't see how Leo worked out because he would have bored me. He can't get no job. He got no background. He just okay. All right.
He can't get a passport. They had to orb
to. We got to orb everywhere. We can't get on a plane.
Where would they orb to? Like, where you gonna orb to where nobody gonna see you? Unless you orb to an alley, and if someone sees you, it's a drunk guy, and they don't want to believe what he saw.
Nobody's gonna believe that. I'm like, this is too much. We orbiting in the alleys with our luggage. This is nasty.
I can't do that.
This whole relationship is questionable. You have no job. You have no money. I had to get my own ring. Like what? That's a whole nother thing. I'm like, are we in a relationship or are you my son? What are we doing?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Ivana told me, y'all, she has an audition today.
Oh.
On the north side, I'm gonna have to take her.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's at 5:30, I think. So that's why she interrupted us.
2 hours.
Good conversation.
Yeah.
You know, on.
You know, I want to.
Yes, it's been an hour and 48 minutes.
Yeah, I can't wait to share. I'm sharing like, y'all, I was on the tube of you.
With my sister.
I can't wait. I can't wait till you blow up because I'm quitting my job. You're gonna get a mansion. I'm moving in.
You're gonna need like 3 wings because you have Monica have her wing, and me and Russell have our wing. I don't know if we want to move again though.
Yeah, and I ain't taking all them cats.
You gonna take my cat? We're gonna need a cat for a mansion. You know the work that they do. So he gonna be up there investigating, running around, checking stuff out, making sure it's okay. He checked every sound. He's like, "What's that? Who's that over there? What are they doing?"
For something that size, you need to have somebody on standby. You need to have something to make you aware.
Although at night we would think somebody is breaking in because he's going around here. There's somebody in the house.
Yes.
What is happening?
I come downstairs and what the heck are you doing?
Thank you. Making all this noise. And he know he do too much. Because I just open the door. I get real ghetto with my cat. So I open the door. what is you doing? And he just runs. That's no, you're doing too much in the middle of the darn night.
In the middle of the night, go to sleep.
Go to sleep. I am not waking up for you.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so yes.
Okay. So I think that's good. I done held y'all for long enough. But we talked about a lot of stuff.
We talked about a lot of stuff. Is there one more thing I want to discuss that we talk about? We talked about Charmed and how I felt about that. I'm sure I still have notes on that, but we could talk about that.
Gosh.
Right. I'm just dude. And
I think that's a good note as far as the love life is concerned, because I feel like that's what in what's the name of that show they call it? It used to be Sex and the City, and just like that, I feel like they do that with their. I feel like they do that with their love lives. Like it's not prominent. It's there and it's acknowledged or whatever, but it's not. Oh my God! It's not like it was before.
yes,
and
I really enjoyed that. You can see this is about them and their lives, and love is a part of it.
Right.
But they're not running around like idiots because of it. It's just like, that's one aspect. Maybe it's working out, maybe it isn't.
And part of it,
and I guess that's why they changed the show's name, because it's like you can't be Sex in the City in the 50s.
Why can't
you? But that's what I was getting ready. I mean, honestly, you could, but all of these women now have found love, have lived a life in love, so they realize that what they thought they would need to make their life better is not necessarily so. That's just another aspect of their life. And so I feel like for me, when I look at Carrie now, she's not freaking out over every guy that she dates.
She's not as flaky as she used to be.
She's not as flaky. She got money now. So that plays. So a lot of her insecurities that were there, I think that's the issue right there. Not issue, but that's the thing, because everybody has insecurities. But the show focused on many of their insecurities, and many of the insecurities is, why am I this age and haven't found love?
Yeah, I would say that could be one of them. And also there's a wisdom, a knowledge that you have in life that I think as you get older, so that you are not stressing every little thing. And yes, the money does get better if you're on a certain path. The money does get better as you get older. So you're seeing that play out. So they're comfortable, but you still have Miranda, who has totally changed her life with her relationship and her career. And we get to watch that. And that does happen to people. So I enjoy that. And then I feel like
Miranda and Carrie switch places.
And some people are acting like, oh my God, that with Miranda. But I'm like, this woman did this in real life. I have a delivery. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. She did do this in real life.
She did. And
so it's art imitating life.
Yeah. And it's a new world to navigate. And so, and I guess making a change like that, it's going to affect your equilibrium, which is okay. And so I enjoy watching that. At first I wasn't watching it, but when I found out Aiden was back, I was like, ooh, I gotta watch. I gotta see Aiden.
Can I tell you how I love
his tidy whities?
No, I ain't like him in his tidy whities. I love that story. I loved it because I felt like that guy was somebody that she really loved. And the only reason it didn't work out was because of her holding on to Big. So to see them go back there and to have the way they wrote him, and every time he was on screen as a person that always loved Carrie. And he didn't front. When he saw her in Abu Dhabi, he told her, yeah, my wife, she looks at what you're doing and she told me that you got married. So that lets you know he told his wife about her. She was, so you knew how important she was to him. Then he kissed her. He was the one who made the move, I believe, and then kissed her. So you knew that he still had feelings for her. And then to have it come back to this season, the last season that they just did, and have them go out to dinner, and he immediately let her know. I checked your online presence. It don't look like you dating somebody. He didn't even hide it. He was just like straight up. It don't look like you dating somebody. Are you dating some? So he was letting her know, I'm still checking for you. I still got feelings. I really enjoyed that.
After all those years.
After all those years. I feel like some people were like, oh, this kid, blah, blah, blah. I felt like that was realistic. You have a person who was in a relationship, and he explained in the episode that he was the stable one for the kid. So to have the mom doing what she always do, which is come in and out, but now to have the dad who's starting to leave town, and he was the stable one,
and messed up his equilibrium.
It's like, y'all already divorced. Mom already got a boyfriend. Now you gonna start going on trips too, Dad? You know, I believe it.
I believe he's 14 years old, and that's at a point where he really needs, you know, kids. People don't like it. Here it is, because at a certain age we feel like that they should be okay, but the reality is that these kids need, whether or not they love it, but they need stability. They don't want things to change. Mm-hmm. It messes them up. And so when Aiden started going out of town the way he did, you know, that affected him.
When he was at home, he probably looking at his phone, smiling and grinning, talking to Carrie and stuff. Yeah. So, you know, the boy felt that. Now, what I don't think is realistic is him saying, wait 5 years.
That part, I was like, now,
she could have visited him. They could have did that.
And I would have said, how about let's wait while you totally focus on him for a few months before I come? But yeah, 5 years now.
5 years, no. I'm not doing that. However, the other side of this thing is that Carrie is not the same girl that she was. She's now this mature, settled woman. So I think the reason why I cringe is because, my mind went back to, what will we be looking forward to in the next season of Carrie going on and on about Aiden? I don't think that's going to happen.
She's going to be dating.
Yeah.
In real life. And I would have said, and I found that frustrating that they didn't have that talk. In real life, I would have told him, I want you to understand that I love you and I want to be with you, but I'm also going to be dating.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm not thinking about that right now, but I mean, let's be realistic. You're saying 5 years. You think I'm going to sit up here and not visit you at all? And I'm not dating people? No, that's not happening. I'm dating people. So, yeah. You gotta understand that, sir. So that was the only thing I felt like, okay, you saying 5 years, we're not gonna see each other at all. And I'm going
life
to
is
be
too
out.
short, anything can happen. I'm gonna find a way to make this work with my kid and let him know that no matter what happens, I'm still gonna be there for you. You know, I am there. But
so the boy obviously needs that, but yeah, the woman needs too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. On one final note, we at 159. One final note, since we talk about relationships, me and the husband is having this debate. It's an ongoing debate. We've had this discussion before. Where, remember, Monica, you and I were talking about how a person shouldn't get in a relationship until they're ready, but to say, you know, this person needs to have a baby or get into a relationship and that'll grow them up or that'll change their perspective.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So my husband thinks that a person who is struggling with something, that having a relationship or needs a person needs a woman in order to find their whatever.
I've heard other men say that. I have heard other men say that. And I've heard that said about one of your children. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't think so. I feel like, and I think that's why relationships don't work out with people, because some people feel, well, here's the thing. They might feel like a man needs a woman to grow them up. But in the meantime, they're in a relationship with a woman, and the woman is looking and seeing things that are missing, and therefore she is not happy in the relationship. The man doesn't know how to talk, to express certain things and thoughts, or whatever, and then the woman ends up leaving him. And then he's sitting up looking like, wow, you broke my heart. And she's like, well, you weren't ready. And I wanted this, I needed this, blah, blah, blah. And, he wasn't able to give it. So I don't think those relationships work out unless you have people who are just like, okay, we got married and we're not leaving. But I think it's a struggle. And why go
And
through
not
all of
only
that?
that, not only that, then you become the person who was probably a harsh, I don't want to use the word hardship, but you didn't treat it right because you know how to treat yourself. You know how to
Right.
love yourself. If you don't
Right.
love yourself, you can't love anybody else. This has
Mhm.
nothing to do with sci-fi world, Christy. I'm sorry. I just wanted to bring that up because that was on my mind. And then I woke up this morning and I remembered that line on the best man. The best man, Lex's character says that marrying Mia is going to be the thing that fixes his proclivity to cheat all the time.
Right. That's so terrible.
Like, what? Yes, that's not going to do it.
Stop you from cheating.
Yeah.
You wanting to be faithful is going to stop you from cheating. Not, oh, when I get with her, then I'm not going. You're already with her, and you're still cheating on her. So I'm not understanding how
I'm not
you.
understanding that. It's just a person not wanting to do the work and look at themselves and say, "Hey, I need to do the work. Figure out why this is that I keep doing this. Why do I keep doing this? If I love this person so much, what's going on inside?"
I do not believe that. Was his name Lance?
Mm-hmm.
I do not believe
Morris Chestnut character. Yeah, Lance.
I do not believe that Lance would have stopped cheating on Mia. I just don't believe that. They could write that in the script and say that that's what happened. They got married and he stopped. I don't believe that would have happened in real life. He had an issue that he just couldn't control. So if something else would have had to happen to make him stop, and it wouldn't have been his marriage to Mia.
I think what as we're talking about it now, I'm wondering, is him finding out that Mia slept with dude the reason why he stopped? Because that was like the big
and realizing that she slept with the guy because of what he was doing. So
yeah, and then she didn't sleep with a guy. She chose
slept with his best friend.
She chose to sleep with his best friend. Like, she made a decision.
But see, that's something, again, I guess the only thing about that I would say I feel like was true to life is I'm not gonna speak for all women, but I do believe that a woman would do that and never tell. And it would be her own personal get back. And that's why she would do it. You don't have to know. But yes, I did, and it was your friend, and you deserved it. So I do believe something like that.
Yeah. So that was the last thing I wanted to bring up, because I woke up this morning like, I can't believe you setting the precedence for a girl to get hurt or for a man to get hurt. Because
I think men have that outlook, because my friend said that to me about my nephew. Like, I think a girl would help him. I'm like, oh, no, thank you, sir. He needs to get himself together.
Like, I don't need to have no daughter-in-law mad at me. What I raised.
Right. And you walking around all apologetic, girl.
I'm so sorry.
I did my best.
It wasn't good enough.
Because I think I did that to my mother-in-law.
Right. It's like you want to have that. If I were to get married, I want to have a close relationship with my mother-in-law. I'm not trying to make her my mom, but it's just,
I don't want to be. Yeah. I would love it if you know, I think towards the end of our relationship before she died, we finally reached a place of love and understanding. Like, I may not understand or accept or agree with everything that you do, but I understand why you do it. And so there's a level of respect there that definitely entered our relationship. And so we could see each other we both could see each other in a different way, and we can love each other and like each other. Because I love her, but sometimes I didn't like her. But I do love her. But by the time she passed away, I do think that we were at a place where I could feel like, okay,
You were able
we
to
understand each other. Yes.
All right. I have enjoyed this afternoon talk, sisters.
Yes.
What you got delivered?
Shoes.
Okay.
Paperwork.
So I'll be back tomorrow at 5.
What's the show tomorrow?
Tomorrow I'm be talking about The Little Mermaid.
Oh. The Little Mermaid.
Gotta watch it today, right?
Tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it tonight. And then of course Wednesday's episode is Ahsoka.
Okay.
I'll watch Ahsoka. And then another video on Friday.
All righty then. Monday, Wednesday,
Well,
Friday.
tonight I'm watching my guilty pleasure, Sister Wives.
Sister, Lord have mercy. That man's still married.
He got one wife left.
Oh, girl. They done left him.
They leaving one, yeah, because it started with Christine. But this dude refuses to call his children. He keeps saying they could call me. I'm like, dude, you're the daddy. Set the precedent. Model the behavior.
Again, that's that thing with men. They see things differently. And I'm sure it makes 100% sense to him to say the kids should call me. But it's like, no, they're younger and they already felt a certain way about how you were with them. So they're not going to reach out. They don't feel like you care.
You're older. You're the one with the experience. Right. You should be the one to reach out.
You should be the one to reach out. So,
you know,
life is short.
Life is short. A lot has happened. People have passed away. And as an older person, he should know that. So yeah, he should reach out.
Yeah. So he had 4 wives, 18 children. He's down to 1 wife and 5 children.
Wow.
No. Well, and I, those now and those kids still love him. They still love him, and they still want to have a relationship with him. But they're like, I can't do this. They can't be constantly getting hurt. Are those gym shoes?
Oh no, these are loafers.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Let me close out and then we can talk backstage.
Oh, okay.
Backstage. How YouTube.
Ooh.
All right. Thanks for watching.
Peace out.